What's going on, everyone? It's Des again. Welcome back to my channel. So in this video, we're going to talk about the Canadian Army Reserves, the infantry trade, and roles within the infantry. Let's get to it. The infantry, as the Army's primary warfighters and the backbone of the combat arms team, infanteers close with and destroy the enemy. Units of Canadian infantry have deployed to half a dozen countries during the past decade in various roles, ranging from peacekeeping to aggressive peace support actions to outright combat. The infantry is where the real leaders are made. Infanteers must be in top physical shape and capable of operating in any environment anywhere in the world, from Arctic tundra to city streets, urban type operations, in mountainous terrains, jungle, and desert. They often deploy by helicopter, fixed wing aircraft, and maybe even launch from ships at seas on amphibious type operations. Here's what they do in the infantry. They will mount patrols and attacks or defend positions in cooperation with elements of armor, artillery, combat engineers, and others. They will mount operations to cordon off urban areas and search them for weapons, explosives, or enemy combatants. They will assist in the distribution of humanitarian aid abroad or at home, and the management of refugees. In the infantry, they will fire and maintain a complete range of weapons, from pistols to the service rifle to hand grenades, the various machine guns, and the various anti-arm weapons within the Army. They will use sophisticated radios, navigation, and night vision systems and equipment, and know how to read a map and to use a compass. Infantry can mount rapid attacks from helicopters, be inserted via aircraft by means of parachute. They will also be able to rappel from helicopters also. They will learn to apply the skills of unarmed combat, CQB training, NBCDW training, and so forth. In the infantry, they will be trained how to rappel from helicopters, cliffs, and buildings. So there you have it. That is the roles of the infantry, the type of training that you're going to do. Now, once you have completed your trades training in the infantry, you're going to go back to your respective reserve units. All Canadian Army Reserve units are light infantry. That means they carry everything on their back in their rucksacks and they move by foot. They may also have some type of transportation to get them to further locations. In the Army Reserves, we do not have armored vehicles. For an Army Reservist, especially in infantry, to get familiarized with armored vehicles, they'd have to get posted with a regular force unit prior to going overseas or doing training within the country. So within certain Army Reserve units, there are what we call secondary roles. So the primary role of most infantry reserve units is infantry, and then they may have secondary roles. Now, secondary roles can comprise of direct fire support. So in a direct fire support platoon, you're going to be using the 50 caliber heavy machine gun. You'll be taught how to use it. You'll get your basic machine gunner's course. You may even get taught on the C-16 grenade launcher. You will also get that type of qualification. So if you're in a reserve unit that has a direct fire support platoon, after you complete your trades training, you may move on to your direct fire support weapons courses and be able to use and utilize those weapon systems in the field. If you're in a reserve unit that has a recce platoon, so basically in a recce platoon, it's comprised of a recce section is comprised of 8 soldiers and can be broken down into 2 4-man teams. And as a reconnaissance soldier, your job is to go out, gather information about the enemy, location, disposition, strengths, and stuff like that. Bring all that information back and give it to the commander. Now, in a recce platoon, you're not supposed to actually engage the enemy. You're supposed to be as silent as possible. You're going to learn that on your basic reconnaissance course. It is quite long from what I've heard. And once you've completed that course, you will be have that basic recce qualification. You may be in a unit that has indirect fire, mortars. So you might be in a reserve unit that has infantry tasking, and then the secondary role is mortars. You will go onto your basic mortars course. You will fire the 81 millimeter mortar, which is in the system. You will be part of a 3 to 4 man det, manning the motor, getting the ammunition ready, coloring fire commands and things like that. And last but not least, within certain reserve units, you may have what we call assault pioneers. So assault pioneers are basically infanteers who are trained how to use demolition explosives, be able to build non-standard light bridges, be able to use high-powered and gas-powered tools, also assault boats. So if there's a reserve unit within your local area, if you're looking to join and they have that assault pioneer tasking, then you would go on to your basic pioneer course after you completed your trades course. So in a nutshell, the infantry is a great trade. If you're interested in, basically do some research, find out what reserve units in your local area, contact your recruiter, and try to contact the unit you want to go into, their recruiter, get as much information, get a chance to go in, see, look around, meet members of the unit, and gather as much information as possible. So there it is. That's the infantry trade. Hope you guys like this video. Hope it's very informative to you guys. Make sure you give me that big thumbs up if you do like this video. Also, please post in the comment section. Let me know what you think. All right, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. Catch you in the next video.